Right.
Okay, David, take us there. Take us to Springfield.
The promised land. Okay.
As Marvin Home Alone would say, Americans don't fly to the promised land, little buddy.
Exactly.
Actually, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Is it?
Yeah, that's an actual quote. I think it's very apt to mention that now. So close to Christmas.
We're recording, but this is not even part of the actual episode yet.
Whatever. Take us to Springfield, David. Take us to the promised land.
Welcome back to Insert Brain here, a Simpsons podcast. I'm your host, David, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Connor.
Aloha.
Yeah, right. So today we're going to be talking about Season 1, Episode 13, Some Enchanted Evening. Original air date, May 13th, 1990.
That's the very ticket right there, David.
So this is the last episode of the
Season 1 season. I mean, it's the season finale for The Simpsons. We've got one more episode to go.
Yes, we do.
Next Wednesday, you can join us for our Season 1 recap, where we'll talk about the entire season in its whole.
In a sort of a nutshell, we'll wrap it all up, and we'll
put a bow on it just in time for Christmas almost.
Oh, fuck!
Because that episode comes out on the 27th of December.
It does.
Just in time for New Year. Everyone's favourite gift giving season.
Yeah, that's the one.
Just in time for Valentine's Day. Just in time for Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
Oh, fucking hell. Right. First bleep, I'm sure.
And then after next week, we'll do the recap episode, and then we'll take a week off.
Yes.
There's no episode the first Wednesday of the year.
Yep.
And then we're back at it. It's Season 2, Episode 1, Bart gets an F.
Yes.
And then every Wednesday after that, until my balls are down by my ankles.
Even then, tuck in your sock.
Aye, and keep going. Aren't you going to ask me about what the plot was, David?
I'm just taking a drink of mine.
Sipping on your soy boy pussy latte.
That is exactly right what I'm sipping
Liberals
on.
Ruining the Simpsons with their fucking vegan lattes.
So, Connor.
Yes, David.
What is the synopsis?
My God, you've dropped it on me.
I'm
aghast. I'm taken aback. I'm shocked.
3 times in a row, you're shocked.
Well, you see, Marge wakes up and she's making breakfast for the family, and Bart and Lisa and Homer, they just don't appreciate her. Homer takes his coffee and he drinks it and he fucks off. She's like, I made you lunches, kids. And Bart and Lisa are like, no thanks, we've taken money from your purse. Like the bastard children we are. And now we're going to school with money and we're going to buy
unhealthy lunches,
Chinese food. If you're anything like the high school that I went to.
Fair enough.
Those kids would buy Chinese food from the Chinese restaurant that was open at lunchtime.
I'm not going to say what school you went to. I was like, did you go to
that one?
Yeah.
I only went there once when I was in like second year and I hated it.
Fair. Yeah.
It's one of those awful places.
Yeah. We used to go to the chip shop.
Oh, right. Yeah. Because you were...
The other one. Yeah, one of the other ones. But yeah.
That other high school that isn't the one that I went to. That's correct.
Yeah.
But Marge, she phones up Dr. Marvin Monroe's radio show.
Mm-hmm.
She says, Dr. Marvin Monroe, I feel unappreciated by my children and, most egregiously, unappreciated by my husband, Homer Simpson. And he's like, please don't use your husband Homer Simpson's real name on the show.
Would she come up with Pedro or something?
Pedro, that's it, yes. And Homer's listening at the Springfield nuclear power plant and he's like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I've really fucked my marriage again. 5th time this season I've done it. And so he's sulking and he's trying to figure out what he's going to do, and he goes to Moe's tavern.
Yeah.
And he gets some advice from Moe, and Moe's like, listen, you got to give her flowers and chocolates and take her to a nice motel and have her dinner with her at a fancy restaurant. Go into that motel and fuck her like a rabbit until the morning comes. And he's like, okay, I'll do that, Moe. Or until the Homer comes.
Basically.
Hold on. Now I'm sipping my latte.
Yes.
No, I am become death. The destroyer of Simpsons podcasts. So Homer, he goes to Howard's Flowers and he gets him one flower because he's cheap.
Yeah.
And he makes reservations with...
I did some sort of calculation with that, by the way. It was like $4.60 something.
Did you?
For that one rose.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's 55 a dozen.
So it is.
So I'm sure it's like $4.60 something. I did the maths like a week and a bit ago, so I'm remembering.
Why would you do the maths a week and a bit before we're recording the episode? That's rather odd.
Preparation for the episode.
Wow, that's dedication. You've really shown me. Well, if you can do that mathematics sum again and send me the number, I will edit it in.
Sound.
I will say it now.
Just do it now.
No, too much time. I'm in my flow.
Okay.
So Homer apologizes to Marge. Dear sir, you seem to still have your phone in your hand typing in a mathematical equation regarding...
Is that what she says?
She says, Homer, you appear to have your phone in your hand using it as a calculator to type in a mathematical equation to find out the cost of one rose if a dozen roses was $55, is what you seem to be doing, sir.
Well, I do know it now.
What is the answer?
$4.58.
Oh, very good. I won't have to do any more editing.
You were going to have to anyway.
And she says, Homer, I forgive you again.
After stewing for ages and hours on end, she was stewing because he's fucking really late.
Yeah, he's really late. He misses dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, got you a box of flowers. No,
a box of chocolates.
I got you a box of flowers and one chocolate at the cost of $4.58.
Yeah, that's so.
I got you a box of chocolates and I got you a single flower at the cost of $4.58.
Mm.
And also, I have booked dinner reservations and a hotel room for us.
Mm.
Oh ho ho!
And dinner reservations. Where were they again? Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the name of the restaurant.
I don't think they show us the right name of the restaurant in the episode.
It doesn't show it, but I think he says it.
Well,
yeah.
I don't give a shit. And he's like, oh, what I forgot to do though was book a babysitter to look after our 3 delinquent children.
Yeah.
Bart, Lisa, and the baby.
Why is Maggie a delinquent?
Well, there's that episode in a few seasons where she hits Homer in the head with a hammer.
Oh, right, yeah.
I brought that one up
about 4 episodes ago.
Yeah, I've brought that up before on this show.
Yeah.
And also there's the episode where her father isn't Homer. Her father is Kang or Kodos, one of the aliens.
Oh, right, yeah.
However, that's a Treehouse of Horror episode and as a result is not considered canon.
Yeah.
But Homer says, I have not booked a babysitter for her 3 children. She's like, that's fine. I'll call the Rubber Babies Buggy Bumper Babysitting Service. The rubber Buggy Bumper Bastard Babysitter. Son of a bitch.
We've got it somewhere.
I'll call the Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers Babysitting Service. I got it right the first time.
You did, actually.
I thought Rubber Babies, that can't be right. And the woman answers the phone. She's like, hello?
Mm-hmm.
And Marge says, I would like a babysitter for my 3 children. I am Marge Simpson.
Mm.
She says, you cannot get a babysitter, Marge Simpson, because you're on our banned list because your children are so vile, so sinister. You cannot get a babysitter. And she hangs up on them and she gets another phone call. It's from a Simpsons character who makes his first appearance in this episode. It's Mr. Sampson. It definitely isn't Homer Simpson. But he does know Homer Simpson. And he knows that their children are just lovely.
Neighbours. They're neighbours. That's what it is.
Yeah, the other side of it's Millhouse across the road. To the right is Ned Flanders, and to the left is Mr. Simpson.
Yep. So he gets a babysitter then.
Yes, he successfully books a rather odd-looking babysitter.
Yes.
Homer and Marge go out to their date and leave the babysitter with the 3 children.
Mm-hmm.
Homer and Marge have a lovely dance, and then a lovely shag, and then a lovely lie in bed. And during this time, Bart and Lisa see on the TV, they swap over from the Happy Little Elves cartoon that they're watching. I wonder if that's meant to be a cartoon in universe, like Itchy and Scratchy. It must be.
I think so. I think it is.
I'll go with that. And they swap over and they see this. What's that show in real life? Was it Dog Whistle? Bark Wave? Hound Puppy? What was the name of that show that Anne Robinson did?
Oh, shit.
Where she would look at real crimes. It's not Hound Puppy.
No.
Pounder. What's the name of that show?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'd have to look it up.
Hounder and Pounder is a very different show. That's only available on X Hamster.
And I really hope Anne Robinson's not in it.
Oh, she just hosts it.
I still don't want her to be in it.
I think she's retired now, Anne Robinson.
I think she is. I think she is.
Yeah, must be. But they see that their babysitter, Ms. Botts, is actually Miss Botowski. Botzikowski? Something like that.
Yeah, something.
She's the babysitter bandit. And she's going to tie up the kids and rob the place blind. And hilarity ensues. The kids outwit the babysitter bandit.
Yep. And hog tie her,
gag her, and put her in front of the happy little elves. Homer and Marge come home early. Jiminy Christmas. And Homer...
Because they couldn't get the kids on the phone.
Yes.
Because the babysitter bandit ripped the
phone lines
line
out. Yeah. Aye. And then Homer lets her go. And the news teams arrive. And Homer is publicly humiliated. And all's well that ends well.
Pretty much.
The end. The babysitter bandit gets away with it.
Homer goes for round 2 with Marge in their own bed. And that's about it.
That was about as fast a summary as I could manage.
While I was the entire time distracting and derailing like
even
normal.
Even though this feels like it's the third time we've done this.
It really...
It feels as though we recorded this episode twice before, and both times had tech fuck-ups that made us have to do it again.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does.
Oh, shit.
David, what were your thoughts on this episode? On season 1's season finale?
Yeah. I feel like there was a good few animation things that we will go on to talk about. Sure, when someone gets fired for this blunder, or that blunder, whatever it's called.
Close enough.
That's good enough. So they really sort of like detract from the actual watching of the episode, but the story is good. I like the story. I like the way it's laid out. I like the episode in general.
It's a very unique episode.
It is a very
outside
unique,
of the marriage
in many
crisis
ways,
stuff,
but yeah,
the babysitter bandit stuff. I guess the closest comparison you could make would be Sideshow Bob episodes in the future.
Right. Okay.
But I feel like the interactions that Bob has with the kids is more cartoony. He's stealing a blimp and he's putting a bomb in it, or he's going to blow up a dam or something. Or he's framed Krusty, which he did in this episode.
Yeah.
And not this season. Yeah. This feels a lot more grounded in reality.
Yes.
As a criminal which could actually exist.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of the animation.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much.
I actually have something to show you later on in the episode.
All right. Nice.
For the first time.
First time.
Some original animation from the first version of this episode that didn't air, which I will cover more in depth in 3 Blind Mice Trivia.
Very good.
Oh, wow.
So excited.
Me too. What else is there to say about this episode? What is there to say that hasn't been said already in 2 other recordings?
2 other corrupted recordings. First appearances.
You want to just jump into Iron Springfield?
Iron Springfield. Let's go.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ion Springfield. This is the segment of the show where I talk to David about characters who've made their first appearances.
We're not even pretending there's going to be other people listening.
I explained to David and David alone, and no one else. This is characters who made their first appearance in this episode.
Yep.
First appearance of Lucille Botzikowski.
That's the Babysitter Bandit.
Very good, yeah. Otherwise known as Ms. Botts.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A very interesting character design on Ms. Botts.
Yes. Very much...
she has a real curvature to her character. Like her back and her neck are really arched over.
She's definitely a unique design. I think probably for the best that she stayed a unique design.
I don't think anyone else in the history of the show has that hair colour.
Mm.
A very unique kind of teal.
Yeah. Very odd one.
First appearance by Howard.
Mm-hmm. Howard's Flowers.
That's
the florist.
Very good. Aye.
Look at that. It's almost like I've done it twice before.
He kind of looks like Dan Castellaneta in real life.
Yeah.
Who voices Homer.
Yeah.
Probably not at the time when they recorded this, but...
No, but more recently now.
Yeah. That is the end of Eye on Springfield. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh, it's finished.
Oh, fucking hell.
Are you ready to jump into Three Blind Mice trivia?
I'm always ready for some trivia.
Three Blind Mice trivia. Lucille Botzkowski was voiced by Penny Marshall.
Yeah.
Who was in the show Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, yeah.
The sitcom. And she was also the show Laverne and Shirley, which later inspired Sam and Cat with Jeanette McCurdy and Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
And you can find out more about that in our other podcast, A Grande Latte, where we drink lattes that are grande and we talk about the career of Ariana Grande. Half-heartedly, because our hearts aren't really in that one, I'll be honest with you.
No.
It's just an excuse to drink more lattes and write them off on our taxes.
That's all it is. That's the whole purpose.
I would rather do a Jeanette McCurdy podcast.
Me too.
I like Jeanette McCurdy.
Same here.
Did you read her book?
I haven't read her book, no.
I didn't read it, I listened to the audiobook version, but it's incredible.
Really?
Yeah, well worth picking up.
Nice.
I
saw her talking about her book in an interview.
Yeah.
It was like a 12 or 13 minute interview or something like that. And watched that. That was pretty interesting. And I was like, I'll need to have a look at that book at some point. But
check that out, aye.
Need to do that still.
You can probably find it on Audible or something.
On an unnamed.
I don't think there's an alternative to Audible. I think it's just Audible. I think it might be that the audio version of her book is an Audible exclusive. But don't quote me on that.
Who knows?
Don't quote me on anything.
Ever.
Aside from this, Free Palestine. Penny Marshall, who also directed the movie Big with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
And you can find out more about that on our other podcast, T. Hanks for the Memories. What a podcast where we go through the memories of Tom Hanks. I have him hooked up to this machine and I read his memories. And I describe them to you and then we talk about them. T. Hanks for the Memories. This was the first episode produced. We already knew that.
Yeah.
KBBL traffic reporter is named Bill Pye in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
His name would later be changed to Arnie Pye, as in Arnie Pye in the sky.
Yeah.
Miss Botts was the name of a real person who actually once babysat Matt Groening, series creator.
Yeah.
Or co-creator, I guess.
Yeah.
The original plan for the opening credits was to use live-action clouds before the Simpsons appears.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're going from the real world into the Simpsons world, which is a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
The babysitting service receptionist is voiced by June Foray.
Yeah.
Who famously voiced Granny.
Yeah.
And Witch Hazel in the Looney Tunes cartoons.
Yeah.
She was also the flying squirrel for the Rocky and Bullwinkle show.
Yeah. Nice.
Her
awesome.
Granny voice is incredible.
Yeah, yes, it is. It is.
Do you remember, David, in a previous episode where you talked about how Sherry and Terry were really big in the opening credits?
Yeah.
Well, in the commentary track for this episode, Matt Groening actually points that out.
All right, does he?
He's like, why are Sherry and Terry so big?
Yeah.
Why are they giant compared to Lisa in the opening credits alone?
Fair enough.
Okay. I have lots of just general season trivia mixed in with the episode trivia for this episode. Don't know why I did that.
Not really sure.
I wrote these ages ago, so who knows? There was a toy of Maggie produced around about this time by Mattel, and the packaging on the figure said, "Suck, suck, suck."
Yeah.
Mattel refused and forced it to be changed. Can you guess what they changed it to, David? What do you think they changed it to? What would be better than suck, suck, suck?
Leaving it blank. But that's not what they changed it to.
No, they changed it to Gluck, Gluck, Gluck. Maybe it didn't have the connotations it has now, but Gluck, Gluck, Gluck?
Maybe it's the reason there's a connotation now. I don't know. I don't... 1990? I don't actually know. I think it's something that's just like...
The Gluck noise being we should mention being affiliated with deep throating a cock.
Yeah.
Rough blowjob kind of sound effect.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that was a public thing until like recently. The last 10 years, that's when that came into being like people would say like Gluck 9000 or whatever in Instagram comments and other places where IQs are plummeting. Not that IQs mean anything.
No, they don't.
Every establishing shot in the entire show of the nuclear power plant features the sound of a crow cawing.
Fair enough.
Yep. Springfield Hospital has a Marvin Monroe Memorial Wing in the future.
All right.
Because his character disappears.
Oh, right, of course.
Was I drunk when I wrote these trivia points? Because none of them have to do fuck all with this episode.
I think you may have been drunk or half asleep.
At one point, it was originally going to be revealed that Marvin Monroe's real name was Marilyn Monroe, and that's why he became a psychiatrist.
Glad that didn't become a thing.
This episode is considered the show that almost killed The Simpsons.
Yes.
I'm going to put out a YouTube video about that on our YouTube channel where the podcast goes out.
Okay.
In the near future.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that. The pickle beats in the episode, back on track.
Yeah.
Have no actual beats in the jar. They're just empty red jars. I mean, it could be like even that the glass is red and not necessarily that the
liquid is even in there.
In the original version of this episode, something rips the head off one of the elves and drinks blood out of its neck. I think this was done as like a joke by one of the animators.
All right.
So that's very strange.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad that the happy little elves are just the happy little elves. Yeah.
Aye.
Otherwise, I mean, what would Bart have against them?
At that point,
if that was what happened in the Happy Little Elves show that they're watching, what would Bart have against them? Because he hates the show.
Yes.
So he wouldn't. He would really enjoy it because he absolutely loves Itchy and Scratchy.
Yes.
So if it's that level of violence in it, then he would have really enjoyed it and not want it off, which kind of like defeats the purpose of the entire them finding out just before they end up getting, tied up.
If Mrs. Butzkowski had put on Itchy and Scratchy instead of the Happy Little Elves, she would have got away with it scot-free.
Yeah, they'd never really have noticed anything.
No.
So probably wouldn't even need to have tied the kids up. Just robbed everything else in every other room while they were watching the show.
Aye. That is the end of 3 Blind Mice trivia.
Yeah.
Done.
Very good.
David.
Good. Yes.
Did you notice anything strange in this episode? Anything perhaps worthy of someone being fired, perhaps?
I may have noticed.
Oh boy, I sure hope someone got fired for that blunder. This is the segment in the show where we highlight goofs and gaffes and errors and
other shit.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Other shit.
Yeah.
Got any goofs for me, mate?
Yeah.
That was got any goofs for me, mate? Any goofs for me, mate? I have one.
Okay. You shoot. What's your...
In this episode, the doors slam like they're made out of rubber. It's a very Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Coding Kids
Cartoon
Next
Network
Door,
sort of stuff.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Cow and Chicken, Courage the Cowardly Dog, not South Park.
No, not really.
You get the idea. It's a very cartoony, fairly odd parents. Like Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
There you go.
My gym partner's a monkey.
It's like they're just occurring to you right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of more, but I can't. Ben 10. No, Ben 10 doesn't really have it.
No.
It's different animation style.
Yeah.
But you get the idea. Wacky, curvy, inflatable, wacky, nonsense animation that cartoons have.
Yeah.
But shows like The Simpsons don't usually have.
Yeah.
That happens in this episode. Whatever I said at the start of the sentence.
The door is slamming. They do that sort of like weird banana effect.
Or it's like the middle slams, but the top and the bottom come out, and then they kind of like rubber.
Yeah,
They don't do that for the rest of the run of the show.
Yeah, hell, even the episodes prior to this one, they don't do that.
Not that I noticed.
I don't think they did. We'll find out
when we watch season 1 again.
When we watch season 1 again.
What did you think of? No, goofs. What do you have? Spit them out.
Oh Christ! So there's one frame in this, in particular, where it is quite obviously from the footage that you said you'll show me later on.
After we do goofs and gaffs, I'll show you in a minute.
Where Bart and Lisa and the house actually are all in really odd style.
Oh yeah,
of drawing, and I believe it's just after
Marge and
Homer left, and they're about to go. The babysitter sort of starts walking off the screen, saying about the fact that she's going to go put on the Happy Little Elves for them.
Yes,
and I believe Bart or Lisa, one of them's talking, and the mouth doesn't correlate really to what they're saying.
Yeah.
And the other one has their mouth open as if they're screaming while waving their hands around over their head.
Lisa's got her mouth open, she's running and screaming.
Yeah, but also making no noise, of course. So
and
the sound
doesn't match.
And in the
very next shot, she's not doing that. She's just walking normally.
And also like the really weird, long, elongated, sort of like Grinch-like feet.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It's a very interesting design, but not something that really should have been for The Simpsons. Obviously, the producers thought so too.
Yes. Well, we've already talked about we already covered this.
We've covered this so many times.
I can't wait to move past season 1. Fuck me. I've told this story so many times about James L. Brooks saw it and he was like, that looks like shit. And someone said, what do you mean? And he said, foul substance causing disease. I know it off by heart because I've said it so many times, and then I've edited that audio and then I've put it in the captions and shit. I'm done. Let me move on to season 2, please.
Yeah, that's what we're trying.
Is that everything? There was a bunch of animation errors.
There was a lot of forward-facing Simpson characters, which we've already discussed before.
In this episode especially. Yeah,
Moe's got a couple of really odd ones that he has here, which is just not the way The Simpsons should ever be looking. No. Sort of camera, I suppose.
I would say not.
We've got an oddly drawn Marge when she's getting ready.
Oh yeah, and she turns around and her face is curved in a really weird way and her eyes are like, strange.
Just sort of like her eyes all of a sudden just start sort of like rotating on their axis a little bit.
Yeah,
it's a weird one. Can't remember anything else about that. Can you remember anything?
No. Why don't there was the lipstick on the back of the door.
Oh, the lipstick on the back of the door.
Which is a remnant from the original animation.
Yeah. Which doesn't need to be there in the final edit.
True. Yeah. Why don't I show you the original animation right now?
Very good.
We'll get your reaction to it.
Okay, sounds good. I'm excited to listen and watch.
Good. Those are the two components of viewing something.
You don't have a scratch and sniff for it?
I do not have a smell-o-vision set. I couldn't afford one.
Very good.
I wasted my money on all this podcasting equipment.
It's occasionally working.
So I could upload 800 different podcasts every day.
Which is why this one's so far behind.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Very primitive animations, huh?
Very. Oh, I forgot how terrible this is. I mean, I've never seen how terrible this is. Oh, wow. Oh, that is dreadful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. What is that?
Uh-huh.
What is that
frog.
face?
She looks like a frog.
Yes. What? Oh, what the... Also, the silence is...
I think there might have been...
There would have been sound effects and stuff added, but... Oh my Christ. Oh my God. Where'd that go?
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell is up with his face?
He looks like Howard from Howard's Flowers.
He does. He does.
I like Bart's cardigan.
I like Bart's cardigan. I'm glad I just saw the cat in that, but that was about it. What the...
There's the
yes! What the hell is up with the house? Look at the picture frames and the color gradient
like
and the
something
weird
from
hall.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. What's with the eyes? Oh my God. There was a bit of weird freezing going on there.
That's my computer.
Yeah. What in the hell is up with those wheels?
That's actually in the final episode.
I didn't even notice that before.
Yeah. Hey, that's that shot of the house.
Ah, that'll be why it was.
Oh, this is different. It's just too dirty.
Yeah. Because we never talked about that scene, did we? Yeah. Look how big the phone is. I recognize their voice now.
Yeah,
I noticed that more.
That's the babysitter.
Yeah. No,
the
yes, aye.
There's Marge's thick ass.
That is Marge's thick ass, yep.
Oh, damn.
They kept some of this and just recolored some of it, didn't they?
Yeah, you can really tell.
Yes, you can.
Oh.
What?
Look at her lips.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Jesus. What is up with his face?
There's the kiss. This is the shot.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
There's the infamous original version of that shot.
Oh, Jesus. They recolored a little bit.
Look
and
at her legs.
Yeah. What the hell? It's an odd angle as well.
Yeah. Fascinating listening, I'm sure, as we describe nothing that's happening.
Yeah. Sorry about that, but maybe we'll put it up in the YouTube version, some of the footage.
Maybe.
Probably not.
No.
What is with his eyebrows? A lot of this is kept, this bit.
Yeah. See, I think that guy hosting the show about the Babysitter Bandit looks better in the original animation.
Yeah, I think he does.
You can really see the sweat on his forehead, and you get that sense that he's like a catfish. What's that show in the UK? Well, you could see Lisa's underwear there.
What?
My God, she had like a nappy on. Look.
Oh,
So bizarre.
it's like a... Wait, was this the bit that was drawn and animated in Korea?
I mean, the whole thing is animated or colored in Korea, I think.
Because
that's how they draw like Kiki's delivery service.
Yeah, things like that. That was very much Kiki's delivery service sort of thing.
Yeah.
Where the skirt or dress or whatever is too short for no reason all of a sudden, and then there's like some nappy looking underwear.
Very creepy.
Very odd. Don't get me wrong, a nappy-looking thing is probably better than some ass cheeks.
Well, that was some clip I just showed you, huh?
That was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Truly.
That someone somewhere thought that was ready to go out.
Aye, wild
and
stuff.
Sent it off.
Can you imagine
Fucking
if the
hell.
show had looked like that as well?
No, because I'd never have watched it.
It wouldn't have. It would have been like one season.
If even so
This
much.
this attempt of a show that they made that failed.
Yeah.
And that's what The Simpsons would be remembered as. It would that one time that, I mean, the entire landscape of television would be totally different because you'd have no Futurama, no South Park, no Family Guy, no Archer, no Rick and Morty, no BoJack Horseman,
Yeah.
no adult animation at all,
Yeah.
no Cleveland Show. Can you imagine living in a world without the Cleveland Show?
No.
I wish I could.
Me too.
You can find out more about our hatred for the Cleveland Show on our other podcast, and even a bear.
All right.
Would you shit on the Cleveland Show for It's like this show, except if it was just, I sure hope someone got fired for that blunder, and the blunder is greenlighting the Cleveland Show.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. Any final thoughts you want to give this episode, David?
How long have we been recording for?
40 minutes.
It's going to be a short episode.
That's
There's
fine.
about 10 minutes of nonsense here.
It's fine. We talk about this episode again next week when we do the recap. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Are you telling me that all 12 of these episodes didn't matter then?
No. Because it's like a weekly thing.
Yeah. So we could theoretically just do the recap for every season.
Can you imagine if we sat down and watched a full... If we watched 22 episodes for season 2 and then I asked you to rank them and talk about them in depth, but without us doing these episodes?
No, I couldn't really
You'd be
do
fucked.
That. Yeah, I'd be ruined.
I'd do it.
Yeah, no,
I'd be fine.
You'd be able to do it right now.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'd have to rewatch season 2. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah.
I've been holding off because I knew we were going to cover it for this podcast, so I didn't want to colour my opinions.
Yeah.
Or wear myself out.
Exactly.
Any final thoughts, David? Or
I am all out.
If you feel like this episode wasn't very good, you're right.
Yeah.
But it was the third time we recorded it.
Yeah.
And I am all out with things I can say about Some Enchanted Evening.
There might be other things in here from a couple of snippets of the previous.
Here they are now.
Yeah.
It's a medley of our thoughts from the first 2 episodes. Everything I could salvage. Yeah, I think this is the episode with the most prank phone calls to Mo.
Yeah.
I did
definitely.
consider actually, it's something that we could have done for this podcast was to prank call a pub in the UK. And then I
fucking killed.
Well, it occurred to me that no pubs have fucking landlines.
Oh,
anymore.
yeah.
Because why would they?
Yeah, good
Why
point.
would you need to be able to phone a bar? I mean, in the
the only thing you would ever really need to phone a bar about now is my passport on the ground there. Did you find my passport when you were cleaning last night?
We found your wallet, but the money
Yeah.
was already gone.
Aye.
And the cards as well. And your ID.
Yeah.
And your wallet. It's all
And
gone.
there was a shite in the fucking coin bit.
It was in the urinal.
Aye.
It's been there for 3 weeks.
Yeah. Perfect.
You don't want your wallet back.
We weren't cleaning in there either. We just happened to be going for a piss ourselves. And I spotted it.
No, what's that strange
I spotted
sound?
it as in I pissed on it for like 7 weeks straight before I realised that wallet's been there for a while. It's actually been there so long, it's now discoloured. It's no longer black.
It's got a hole
actually, it's got a fucking acid hole in it from all
like
that
when
fucking
the
piss.
when the xenomorph bleeds an alien and it starts dissolving through the ship.
Yes.
Right through your wallet.
Yeah.
I had a wallet that caught on fire once.
I remember. It wasn't not sitting on a lamp when that happened. Was
It
it the
was
lamp that
a,
set fire to it?
It was a paper wallet.
Yeah.
Not because I'm poor.
Yeah. No, it wasn't just fucking
Outside of the
origamied for no reason.
Outside of the fact that I am poor, it was a wallet that's eco-friendly, sustainable.
Yeah.
And it had Batman v Superman. The
Yeah.
2016 superhero movie on it.
Yeah.
It was sitting on my bedside cabinet and I had my lamp pulled down.
Obviously, this is, in the future. we nicked it from the future, predicting roughly 2016 because we're in 1990. Remember?
Yes,
this is a live reaction to that fucking Simpsons.
I forgot all about that running joke that I regret implementing into the episode.
Yeah. But
yeah. I had the lamp down on the bedside cabinet and didn't think of my wallet being there, and it caught on fire.
Yeah. Wasn't your was it your debit card that was like fucking warped, or was that something else?
It was all of my cards.
All of your cards.
My debit card I managed to keep for a while.
Yeah, but I do remember, didn't it snap at one point?
That was a different debit card.
Different debit card
for unrelated reasons. It was my game reward card that I still have.
Yeah,
that's the same card
like
I have
still
now.
Doing a fucking squiggle.
Still more
still Mexican waving it. It kind of scans sometimes.
Not really. They just read the numbers off the back.
I can imagine they would do if after looking at the fucking bubble that's in the middle of that thing.
What are we talking about? How did we get?
I don't know.
We were going to prank call bars and pubs rather in the UK and use lines from the show.
Yeah.
See
what happened.
Record that and make it an episode. And I was like, what pub has a landline in 2023 that they would bother to answer?
Yeah. Some might actually have a landline, but I don't think anyone's going to answer it though.
The reason you had landlines in pubs back in the day was because nobody had a mobile.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
What did you think about the episode Some Enchanted Evening? That's it. I couldn't salvage fucking anything. Now I'll put something there.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're ready to call it quits there and wrap it all up in a nice little bow.
So. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. This has been...
What day is it? It's the 20th, is it not? It's the 20th of December. It's Christmas, and not like actually today when this episode goes out. It's Christmas in 5 days.
Yes, it is.
We'll see you next week on the 27th.
Yes.
For the season 1 recap.
That's the very one. Amazing.
You can check out our website, insertbrainhere.podcastpage.io, where you can see photographs of me and David. See what we look like. Oh my God. Read little bios I wrote. You can listen to the episodes. There's a link.
Did you actually write out some bios on there?
Yeah.
Oh, right, nice.
There's a link.
Mine's is just going to be slander, isn't it?
No, yeah, it's all your crimes. It's all the reasons you should be in prison. There's a link to a newsletter which doesn't exist. I haven't done it yet. Keep saying I'm gonna. Might not happen.
Probably not.
You can follow us on Instagram at InsertBrainHerePod or at T422.
Mm-hmm.
You can also follow us on Twitter at T422.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find the show on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's about the lot of it.
Pretty much every other podcast
Every
platform.
Major podcasting platform.
Every major and minor.
Unless there's one that I haven't put the podcast out on. If there's a podcast platform that you want us to upload to, let us know and I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, why not? If I can, there's contact. You can send us a message. You can spam our inboxes.
You can leave us a review on the website. You can even leave us a voice recording on our website. And if you do, and I remember to check and see that it's there, I'll play it on the show.
Yes.
Without vetting it. Send me something racist and I'll play it on the show.
Fucking hell.
I won't agree with it, but I will play it on the show.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe I'll censor it before it goes out.
Maybe we'll...
I'm not vetting a goddamn thing.
We'll at least have a listen.
We'll definitely listen to it. It's a direct line of contract. It's a direct contract I have to sign.
Yeah, that's
saying that I'm not racist.
We'll have to.
Well, we've done it. I did it no problem because I'm not a racist.
You've got a contract?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
I signed it. It was just me and the devil. You can have an unsuccessful podcast if you sell your soul to me. And I said it's a done deal.
But I'm not racist.
I never will be. I'm Connor fucking Walls and I always fucking will be. You. That's what I said. What am I doing? Yeah, you can leave us a
insert rain here.
You can leave us a review and I'll read it out on the show, is what I'm saying. Rate us on Spotify and on Apple and on whatever. Send me an email.
Yeah.
Send me a fax.
Yeah. Wait, I've got a fax machine somewhere.
Do you?
I really do.
Send David a fax.
I will need to plug it in.
We could actually have a fax machine set up.
We genuinely could.
This has been Insert Brain here, a Simpsons podcast. I've been your host, Connor, and with me as always is my co-host, David.
That's me.
We'll smell you later. We'll be back next Friday, the 27th, just after Christmas, to do our big recap episode where we talk about all of season 1.
Yeah.
And we each present our own rankings for the 13 episodes that we've talked about these past 2 months.
Yeah.
And then nothing the week after that. And then second Wednesday in the new year, we'll be back to talk season 2, episode 1, Bart Gets an F.
That's the one.
And every Wednesday after that until we finish season 2.
Yes.
22 Wednesdays that'll be for season 2.
23 because we've got the recap plus
we've got two special
episodes.
At least 2 special episodes.
Yeah.
I'll drop those in the middle. We'll take a little break from doing the normal episodes.
And fire in some special ones.
After we do the first 11 of 22 episodes.
Yeah.
Smell you later.
Smell you later.